Yeah, that sounds good up to this point, but I would like to hear the rest of what you have to say before I comment.
Yeah, so I did want to focus now on your raw material shipments from Shanghai, and now I want to discuss your need for reliability on that on-time receipt of your raw material shipment from Shanghai. Like I did mention in our previous meeting before, I did mention that we do have an office located in Shanghai. Now I know you're wondering how's that a benefit of C.H. Robinson to Parkway Plastics. Having that office in Shanghai can eliminate so many things, but C.H. Robinson can provide this level of reliable handling of your raw material shipment from Shanghai by the following: ground transportation from your current suppliers of handling your raw material shipments, and then your current suppliers from Shanghai factory to the Port of San Diego, as well as arranging storage and ensuring shipment clears customs at the Port of San Diego, and then sea container transportation from the Port of San Diego to the Port of Shanghai to the Port of San Diego, and then as well as ground transportation from the Port of San Diego to Parkway Plastics DFW factory. Now, C.H. Robinson can provide that level of reliability within that transportation and logistics services for your raw materials. And it will arrive at your Parkway Plastics DFW factory no less than 28 days after the time it leaves the shipment from your suppliers at Shanghai factory. Now, I know you are wondering how that can be a benefit to you. So the reason we're able to provide this level of reliability is about the office that I mentioned that we do have in Shanghai. Having our office in Shanghai can eliminate so many factors within this raw material shipments, because I know you did mention in our previous meeting how you did have to pay a premium price for that export and import, and then you did have excess inventory, but not to worry, Parkway Plastics can eliminate this overall cost, because we are located in Shanghai, and we have staff foreign nationals, and now they do fully understand the language that's spoken in Shanghai. And not only will this defeat the language barrier, but also it creates close relationships with the government and export officials. Now you're wondering how can that be a benefit, but having those close relationships can help us in the long run, as they make sure that our shipments and raw materials shipments from Shanghai are delivered on time, and we have no errors within customs, within that export and customs. So that can defeat that worry about that raw material shipment from Shanghai. And then our staff interacts with them every day, so that close relationship and business culture of the region, that our national that our employees in Shanghai can minimize that shipment delay, and it can be all avoided together within those close relationships. And then by allowing C.H. Robinson to provide these key turn service for raw material shipments from Shanghai, this will free up time and labor expenses associated with arranging and monitoring both the ground and sea transportation from Shanghai, and also arranging storage with documentation and clearing customs from both Shanghai and San Diego, and then as well as dealing with the government and port officials from Shanghai and San Diego. It eliminates that extra cost within dealing with that, and then all of this does ensure reliability within handling that all-time receipt for raw material shipments, leveraging C.H. Robinson's depth of expertise and contacts with both Shanghai and U.S. officials. This avoids all together in the future to purchase any fill-in raw material shipments at a premium price, and also from the domestic suppliers due to delayed shipments from Shanghai. I did want to ask you, do you believe that these savings would be worth considering for Parkway Plastics?
Of course, if you can really do all these things, for sure.
Yeah, no, I do understand your concern, but I am confident that we'd be able to deliver these promises to you, as we do have our office in Shanghai, and then our close relationships with the government and export officials, and then we'd be able to defeat delivery time by a day or so. And then I do want to confirm, if you're lost at any point, do you believe that how does this sound all together at the moment?
It sounds good. Let's keep going.
Yeah. And then lastly, I did want to go over inaccurate invoicing. I know we did mention on our last meeting that the main issue is having 100% accurate weekly invoices, correct?
Yeah.
And then I believe that this is a third area where we're able to help you with, as we're able to provide accurate invoices. And then I do want to mention that we'll be able to provide the 100% accurate weekly invoices. Invoices for all transportation and logistics services that Parkway Plastics can that C.H. Robinson can provide for Parkway Plastics. Now, I did want to ask you a question. Are you currently familiar with the CRM tools at the moment?
No.
Yeah, so I just want to give you a quick overview of what the CRM tool does incur. So we currently work with CRM tools, which is just an accurate invoicing tool that will help your company audit those invoices. Now, I know you did mention that you and your assistant currently work with those invoicing errors, but that's what the CRM system is here for. So it allows all areas of C.H. Robinson to communicate across a single company database and customer and pricing information. So you're able to access all that in one software tool. Now, wouldn't that be cool to have that tool on hand at all times, and as well as to decrease that time and effort that you spent in those auditing errors within the accurately weekly invoices that you have encountered?
Yeah, I mean, 100% accuracy. That's what we're always going for.
Yeah, and then I just want to just highlight a few things within this, so how you would benefit from this. So that pricing, that CRM tool allows you to have 100% consistent invoices with quotations that we provide. It also means that your invoices reflect on those services that we provide, because the information comes directly for documentation you receive when you place your orders with our EDI tool. So the EDI tool goes hand in hand with the CRM tool, and they both provide both your accurate invoices, and they go hand in hand together. So not only you would be receiving the CRM tool, but also the EDI. And then that information gathered from these tools are interconnected from a single proprietary database. There is virtually no opportunity for errors within those tools that we use. And then this will save you not only time, but also it will save you time and money for those auditing invoices that we discussed in our last meeting. Now, I do have numerous testimonials from C.H. Robinson customers that have support our invoice error-free process. Do you agree that providing 100% error-free invoices will be beneficial time and expense saver to Parkway Plastics?
Yeah, I do. Proprietary is a hard word, so I get it.
Yeah, not to worry.
Yeah.
No, good thing. So I just want to, before we move on to the next part, do you have any questions so far within all the information? I know it was a whole bunch of information, but I just want to make sure you're on track with everything I've mentioned before. If you have any questions.
Honestly, no, not really. Everything's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Okay. So good. Before moving on to the next and the actual numbers with you, do you have any questions?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, would you like to review the support material I've prepared for you today?
Yes. Sorry, I'm gathering my notes. No, at this point, I'm more interested in seeing what kind of prices you've worked up for me.
Yeah. So, so I do want to give you the price proposal. So looking at this, so our price proposal would be $995,000, and not only would this go between your raw material shipments from Shanghai, but also value to your on-time delivery, and also would hit your 100% accurate invoices. I do believe that we would be able to go into depth with this price proposal looks like. Do you have any questions at the moment?
I mean, you told me that you were going to lower my cost, but your proposal is much higher than our current provider.
No, I do understand your concern with the price, but I do want to emphasize when I'm going over this price proposal, I will show you the overview of where all these prices are going. I do want to also reiterate how the importance of it is with your customer retention. I know the price is a little bit high, but looking at a long run, you'd be saving time and money. So I just want to reiterate that. And then I do see that you're saying my transportation charges are currently more than what you currently pay with GIT and Straighto, right?
Yeah, like $95,000 higher.
Yes, I do understand your concern with it being $95,000 higher than what you currently pay with GIT and Straighto, but I know you did mention you have had some on-time delivery errors and on-time delivering errors with them, and then the potential losing customers with them. And then can you tell me if this additional cost is in one area or more than one area?
It's mostly on your truckload and Yeah, your truckload pricing and then also like the container pricing.
Yeah, and do you feel these higher prices are inconsistent with my promise to lower your overall logistics costs?
I mean, darn right. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, I certainly see how you would feel that way initially. Now, I do want to review some items that we discussed in our last meeting from a different point of stand view that might emerge. Can we take a couple of minutes to do that today?
Yeah, let's make it quick though.
Okay, so looking at the price proposal, I did attach it here. So I want to go over this real quick. So I do want to walk with you over this number sheet. So if you have any questions at any time within this overview, just go ahead and ask me because there's going to be a lot of information thrown at you. Again, I just want to reiterate, if you have any questions at the moment, just go ahead. Feel free to stop me at any time because I know numbers can be a little bit tricky. Is that all right with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just to get started, so this is what revenue per shipment is at the moment. So your current revenue is $75,000, and then your average shipment per customer is about $5. And then now I do want to start with that with the invoices, the auditing invoices. I know you currently spend 4 hours weekly on invoicing errors, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you multiply that by 52 weeks, you're spending about 208 hours yearly just on auditing invoices, correct?
I didn't think about it like that, but I guess I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, and then if you're paying a currently hourly rate of 40, I'm going to show you my calculations on my phone real quick.
For sure.
And then if you're currently spending $40 hourly and you times that by 2.8, that's $8,000 and $320 that you can possibly be saving, correct?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yes, and then I did want to go over delayed shipments. So this is what you're currently at. Your premium charge for domestic supplier is currently at 0, but your order quantity is at 10,000. So your cost of delayed shipments, it looks like you've had 2 delayed shipments within the past 6 and 9 months, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that means that you've lost about $4,000 because of the cost of delayed shipments, correct?
Yeah, but $4,000 is nothing compared to $995,000 that you're proposing.
Yeah, I do understand your concern with that, but I do want you to look at it from a different perspective. Now, let's say your current order quality, we keep it the same, so you're spending about $10,000 on that, and then your premium charge for supplier is by 20 cents, but you've said it's already happened twice within the past 6 and 9 months, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, if we're looking at it over a year, it looks like you can potentially have 5 delayed shipments, correct? If we look at it from that time frame.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like you can be losing overall $10,000 within having 5 delayed shipments. Now, I do want to ask you, do you believe that $10,000 would be worth losing, or $4,000?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but these are more projected numbers rather than what's actually happening. I would almost want to go through it still and pay it because just that 900 is just a lot.
Yeah, no, not to worry. It is projected, but I do want to reiterate, we're thinking about the future, looking in going on to the future. It can happen at any time. Let's say it's happening twice right now. It can happen even more if you do have have delayed shipments. This is just projected due to the information that you provided. You mentioned that in the past 6 and 9 months it was 2 delayed shipments. Now, you can't be 100% sure that you'll have those 2 shipments still delayed, but just a quick overview, because I wouldn't want to lose $10,000 if we're able to lower that to 0 to delayed shipments, correct?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, and now I do want to go over the loss of customers. So you currently haven't lost any customers, correct?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, no, so going back for the delayed shipments, do you believe with delayed shipments, do you think you'd lose a customer in the future because of delayed shipments?
Mayte, I don't want to think about that, but I guess it's true.
Yeah, I know. I don't want you to think about that, but in this case scenario, it is to think about because what we want to highlight is that customer retention. If we have delayed shipments that are ongoing, it could possibly lead to the loss of a customer. Now,
That's true.
I know you work closely with your customers, correct? So that revenue that they bring in is important, correct? Especially the high revenue that customers bring in.
Yeah, some of our CPG clients are huge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. So looking at the revenue, that your customers provide, it looks like it's $75,000, correct?
Yes. Yep.
And then the profit from the shipment is
$750. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so if we lose about 2 customers within those delayed shipments, and then also you would be losing about $37,500 from your customers. Now, if you look at it from that standpoint of view, do you believe it'd be worth losing your customers over delayed shipments?
No, I don't even want to think about that, but that is true, and taking a hit of 2 lost customers is too much money to lose.
Yeah, I totally understand that, and if we're able to avoid that altogether, I believe it'd be something to think about, just because customer retention is really important. Like, even with us today, having that customer retention and that accountability with customers is really important, because that's what keeps your customer relationships, and I want to be able to provide that for you, for your customers as well. And then I did want to go over inaccurate invoices. I know we did mention it earlier, how much you could be possibly losing, because I know you did mention in our previous meeting that you and your assistant work on these auditing invoices, correct? And then you spend about 4 hours weekly, and I know we briefly discussed this earlier. You would be spending about 208 hours yearly on this, and then you would be wasting about $8,000 and $320 within these costs of these auditing invoicing errors. Don't you believe if we provide that 100% accuracy, you'd be able to save that $8,000?
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It would be easier. I wouldn't want to. I love my assistant, but I would be happy spending less time doing that for sure.
So now a quick overview. So if we look at all these areas where you could potentially be spending more money or even like saving money, so it looks like your total savings would be $55,820 from the information I've gathered today, and your target saving is about $45,000. And then that difference is only $10,000. So I know you did mention it was $95,000 of the current price that you pay with GIT, correct?
Sorry. Yeah, but now I get what you're saying. We're going to be saving a lot more.
Yeah, I did want to reiterate, don't just think about right now, but think about the future, because if we're able to lower logistically within the time frame of the future, you'd be saving money additionally. Doesn't that sound something like it'd be worth considering?
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely worth considering.
Yeah, and then pause it.